Hi, Kiran. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good morning.
hello everyone. Good morning, Tara.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, I think we can get started.
Okay, sure. So let me share my screen.
Yeah,
Okay, so last time uh, we were like looking for the we were discussing about the Docker, right? We have installed the Docker, and then also we ran some commands, right? So we'll continue that one only. Okay. So this is the document which we are going to follow, and till I think it's step number 9 we had completed, right?
starting the content. Yes,
Yeah. So so next command which we are having is, let's say if you want to run a container on a specific port. Okay. So to run on a specific port, what you have to do is you have to map the port number. Okay. So port mapping you have to do. So for example, here you can see Docker run, and this is the port number on which I just want to run my container. Okay. Specific port 6000. Okay. By default, any Redis database which you create, that will run on the 6379. Okay, but we are just doing the port mapping so that from the external services we can use the port number 6000, and we can access the Redis database. Okay, so to run this, let's start this, and here I am. Open your terminal and just run this. So right now you can see ready to accept connections. And now if you see, and if you just open a new terminal, and in the new terminal, if you just type docker ps, okay, so you will see it is running on the 6000, right? It's running on the specific port number, correct?
okay. Yeah,
After that, let's say, so let's stop this, and let's say second one. So right now if you see, this was in the attach mode. Okay, so if you close the terminal, your container will be stopped, right? Now if you want to start the container in the detach mode. Okay, so detach mode meaning, you don't have to like keep your session active. Okay, you can directly you just close the session, and so basically container will be running in the background. Okay, so for that you have to just do very one thing, -d. Okay, so let me start this container on the 6001 port number with -d. Okay, so -d is for detach mode. Okay, so now it is not interactive now. Okay, but still you can just do a docker ps, and then you will find it is running on the 6001 port number here, 6001 port number, but it is running in the detach mode. Okay, so try to run these commands also in your machine.
Yes, sir, it is running on 6001 and 6000.
Okay, perfect. Now see, like every application which you are going to develop or you have developed already, the very important thing is logging, right? Because if any issue is there, if any warnings are coming, right? So the very first thing what we do is we check the logs, right? It can be, it will be like a, in every IT application and in every application which we develop, we provide the logging specification, or we provide the logging feature, right? So here also, if you want to check the logs for a particular container, okay, so what you can do is you can just type docker logs and your container ID. So container ID is this one. Every container will have one random ID. Okay.
Mhm.
You have to just put Docker logs and the container ID. So these are the logs which you will be able to see. Okay.
Yeah.
After that, let's say you want to check the logs in the tiling. Okay. So for that, what you can do is simply Docker logs -f, one extra keyword -f, just put it here. And then now this is the interactive. Okay. So if something is happening on the container, live logs you will be able to see on this particular terminal. Okay. So that is the tiling.
Mhm.
After that,
So logger will simply show all of the logs for all the applications or
no,
software.
whatever container ID you give for that
Mhm.
container, whatever logs has been generated.
Okay.
So that
So
logs.
let's say if I am running one application, for example, MySQL on that container. So if there are any errors in MySQL, will that be displayed under those logs?
Yes, everything. Yes.
Okay.
Clear? Now let's say, so right now if you see, if you do the Docker PS, okay. So here the name is randomly, any name is coming. So here is affectionate Lalande, right? Random name is coming here, confident Golden, right? So we are not giving any specific name to our container, but if you want to give a specific name to your container, okay. So how you can do this? You have to just use a extra keyword -name and your container name, whatever name you want to give. So name I'm giving Redis new, and image name is Redis already, right? So, and now this I will run on the 6002, okay, because on 6001 already one container is running, right? So on the same port number you cannot run second container. So now let's do the Docker PS, and you can see one new container is running, that is Redis only, but it is running with the name Redis new on port number 6002.
Yeah.
Okay. And now let's say you want to go inside the container, okay, because container is nothing but it is just like your Linux system, right? And if you want to go inside the container and check out the folder structure, or check out the code, what code is there, what data is there, right? So for that you have to just type docker exit hyphen docker exec hyphen it, then container id bin/bash. Okay, so docker exec hyphen it, then 1 minute, container id. So my container id I can get from here. Okay, then /bin bash. Okay, so when you enter, now if you see, your root has been changed. So now it is root@ container id and then data. Can you see it?
Mhm.
Now let's say, let's do the ls here. Okay, so you don't find anything because there is no data, but now let's do cd dot and then do the ls. So this is the complete folder structure which you will get. It has been boot, data, dev, etc, home, complete one, right? So this is how you can go inside the container.
It is showing containers directory structure.
Yes, So containers for directory structure.
Mhm. Okay.
Just try in your machine.
Yeah, it's working. We are getting
Okay.
the list, right? Others? Gayatri, Harshal.
Okay, perfect. So
Yes,
let's
sir,
see.
we trying.
Mhm. Yeah, yes, sir.
So next, let's say, and now if you want to get out of this container, so you have to just type exit, and then you will be out of the container. And next, let's say right now we have seen the list of containers, right? If you do docker ps, then you will get the list of containers. Now if you want to get if you want the list of images, so you have to just type docker images, and then you will find the list of images which are available in your system, in your laptop. So you can see I have a lot of images in my system.
Mhm.
Okay.
So these are the images that are downloaded from
Yes,
the
data.
Docker Hub.
Yes, correct. So they that are downloaded from the Docker Hub. Right. Now, in the Docker, we have the concept of network also. Okay, because we have to create a local network or bridge network to connect our containers. Okay, so basically, if you want to exchange the data between the containers, so the very first thing what you have to do is you have to create the network. Okay, so now let's say if you want to get the list of network, so you have to just type docker network ls. Okay, so you will find the list of networks which are available in your system. So in my system, I have some network IDs are there, the name are there, bridge, host, none, or tech world GS. Then drivers are there. So some are bridge network, one is host network, right? Like this.
The difference between these three sources.
So basically driver is like a we generally we get bridge network, local network, and the host network. Okay, and one another type is overlay network. So basically bridge network is which will be is going to connect your containers. Okay, let's say you want to connect two containers,
Okay.
one
Okay.
database container, one application container. So with the help of bridge network, you can connect that containers with each other. And there is a scope, local and I think host scope. So let's say if you want to if you are running a network in a single machine on your laptop only, so the network scope will be local only. But if you are running on the multiple hosts and you are connecting multiple hosts, then containers, then it will be overlay scope or the host scope or multi-host scope actually. So like this, two types of scopes you will see. Okay.
So on your screen, it is showing tech world GS.
That is another one. One demo application is network is running. So that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this is how you can get the list of network in your system. Okay. Now next is, let's say if you want to remove any particular network, so just type docker network and then rm and network ID. Let's say I just want to delete this tech world. Okay, and now let's do the docker network ls. So you will not find that tech world anymore. That is removed from the system.
Okay.
The docker network rm and the network ID. Now let's say you want to remove all the unnecessary network which are not in use right now at once. Okay, so you have to just type docker network spoon. Okay, but be caution when you do this activity, because it will delete all the unnecessary network. Okay, this section cannot be.
Currently we may not be using any of these networks, so they may get removed.
Yes. So
Okay.
let's say I just want to do the prone. So it will ask, it will give you the warning. This will remove all custom networks not used by at least one container. Okay. So now if you do the docker ls, so all three containers networks are there because something is running on this networks. Okay. Now along with the network, we have the volumes. Okay, so what is the volume? So volumes are like when you create the containers, so to store your data, of course, like if you are using laptop also, so laptop also have some volumes or some database, right? Your hard disk or your ssd. So similar way, when I create a container, I will create some volumes also for that container. Okay, so that whatever data is generated by the container, that data will be stored on that particular volume. Okay, and randomly that volumes will be attached to the container. Okay, so now let's say you want to check out the volume list, so you have to just do docker volume ls. Okay, so these are the volumes which are right now running in my laptop. Okay, in your system list can be different.
I'm seeing only 2.
So that is why. Now let's say you want to remove any particular volume, okay, which is right now not in use. Let's say I just want to remove this Explorer app pg data. So what I will do is docker volume rm, and I will just type this Explorer app underscore pg data. Okay, now let's do the docker volume ls. So pg data is no more, right? Also, let's say I just want to remove all the volumes at once. So simply docker volume prune. Okay, again it will ask, this will remove all local volumes are not used by at least one container. Okay, so let's delete it now. So it is used by some, I think, some containers. Let me just do the docker ps -a. Okay, so one Redis is running, no problem. Let me delete this app wallet manually. So app underscore wallet store. Okay, so now only 3 volumes for my 3 containers, and you can give a specific name to your volumes also. Okay, so these are the volume and the network. Okay, just try it out in your machine.
Editing the output.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now let's say if you want to, so docker it's like container stop and container delete. Let's say if you want to delete any container, okay, single container, so for that you can just run docker rm and the container id. So container, let's say I just want to delete this one, this last one. Okay, so I just copy the last one, and then so now if you do the docker ps, then you will find only 2 containers. Okay, so single containers can be removed by rm, but let's say if you want to delete all the containers at once, okay, or if you want to stop all the containers at once. So remember one thing, before deleting any container, you have to first stop the containers. Okay. So let's say first you have to type docker stop dollar bracket docker ps hyphen aq. Okay. So this command will stop all the running containers which are in your system. Okay. So let's stop it. Now if you run docker ps, then you will not find anything. If you type docker ps hyphen a, you will find two which are exited 8 seconds ago. Okay. Now if you want to delete these containers, okay, from your system, so simply docker rm dollar docker ps hyphen eq. Okay. So now your containers has been deleted. Let's check out docker ps hyphen a, nothing is there. Clear?
Yeah.
After that, let's say if you want to remove any docker image, so let me just type docker images, and in the docker images, let's say I just want to remove this postgres. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I just type docker rmi and postgres. Okay. Now let's type docker images. You will not find that postgre with the latest anymore. Okay. There is none version that is different. So let me delete this one also. Let me type the container id and so remember rm for container, rmi for images.
Okay.
Okay. So now you will not find anything with the postgres. Everything is deleted now.
Yeah. So it is showing that the images has occupied some memory as well. So where does exactly these images get stored if we need to see them physically on the file system?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Kya? Sorry.
So these images I can see the sizes are like 514 MB, 600 MB, like that. So on file system, exactly where does these images get stored? Can we see them physically on the file system?
Physically it will be difficult because it will be stored somewhere in the I think etc directory.
Okay.
So
because they are huge in size, so that's why I
yes,
was wondering.
yes, you can see that exact path right now. I have to check it out. Generally I have this docker desktop, right? So here
Okay.
in the images I can see, okay, what is the total size and what is the images available.
Okay, so it's one another application, Docker desktop.
Same thing can be so you have the Linux, right, or Ubuntu. So for Ubuntu right now the development is going on for the Docker desktop, but it is not yet available. So meanwhile what you can do is we have the VS Code. Okay. So in the VS Code we have one extension. Okay. So install this extension in your VS Code. It will be very helpful. Let me 1 minute. So here you just open your extensions. In the extensions, type Docker and search. Okay. So here you will find one like one extension from the Microsoft, that is Docker. Okay. Install it. Once you install, okay, then here one icon will come just down the your extension. One Docker icon will come. When you click on the Docker icon, you will find the container list, you will find the image list.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my image list.
Yes, it is showing the list.
Yeah, and here you will get the volumes, then networks, then
Okay.
registries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything, and if you want to check out the logs also for your containers, so that is also can be possible. Let's say I just run one. Let's run this. Okay. One minute. Huh? So this is my Redis container, right? So here you will get the container ID. If you want to check out the logs, here you will get the logs.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to debug something, here you can debug that. And here all the logs will be coming here. Then if you want to check out the file system, so here you will get the file system directly here. This is inside your container. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you can use this this extension, and then everything will be visible to you. Okay, fine. So let's move on. So next we have one very simple application. So in this simple application, what we are going to understand is first we have an application which has a front end and the back end. Okay, for front end we are going to use a very simple Node Express or Express JS. Code is already there. We have to just run that application. Okay, using Docker. So first, that application code we are going to run with the Docker. Also, we have the database that is Mongo. Okay, so we don't need to install anything on our system. Okay, not like a Mongo database or Express.js or nothing we have to install in our system. Okay, we'll create some containers and we'll connect those containers, and our application will be up and running within seconds. Okay, or within minutes if you are learning. So that is one thing. So one way is with using Docker. Second way is using Docker Compose. Okay, since here I'm going to have multiple containers, so it is always advisable use Docker Compose. So Docker Compose is a tool, okay, which is associated with the Docker, which help us to create the multi-container application very efficiently. Okay, so if you go alone with the Docker, then there might be chance you have to do a lot of manual work, manual command run, and there is a chance of manual issues also, or manual mistakes also, right? Or manual error also. But if you use the Docker Compose, so Docker Compose will provide you one template. In that template you can write your code or your configuration, and you can run simply that script. So basically one YAML file will be there, that is a configuration file. You can write your configuration in the YAML file, and then you can run that directly with the Docker Compose, right? So basically we are doing the scripting plus automation with the Docker Compose to avoid the manual errors. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do with the Docker first. So here, this is the tech12js Docker demo app. Okay. So do one thing, just clone this in your system anywhere. Just clone. So type git clone and the URL. So I have already cloned this, and once you clone this, I just open in the VS Code. So let me also just open this in the VS Code. So for cloning, you have to just type git clone and the URL.
right? So after clone, when you open the VS Code, you should see something like this. You will have the app folder, git ignore, docker compose.yaml, docker file, and readme file.
Can you paste that URL in the chat window?
Yeah, sure.
Git button.
So basically you have to type git clone.
Fine.
We have cloned it. What to do after that?
Open that in your VS Code. Just open it in VS Code, the complete folder.
Yep, done.
Okay, perfect. So the next, you will see the folder structure something like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, the very first thing what you have to do is, the application is like a, for database we are going to use Mongo. For the application we are going to use Mongo Express. Okay, so let's first, we have to pull it out, right? So let me clear everything. So let's type docker pull Mongo. So I'm pulling the Mongo image first. Okay, so my image is available now. I just pull the Mongo Express also. Okay, so Mongo Express is also available in my system. Clear? So this is my step number 1, pull the images. Now step number 2 is create a Docker network. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use Docker network create, and I will give a network name. So network name I'm going to give, that is Mongo network. Okay, so let's create a network also. And after creating the network, just type Docker network ls. So you should see one new network, that is Mongo network. Driver is bridge, scope is local. Right now, first I will start the MongoDB. Okay, to start the MongoDB, what I have to do is, I have to run docker run, that is my command, -d for detach mode, -p for my port number, -e for database username and password, --name for the container name, -net is for my network, and at the last, Mongo is my image. Clear? So let's create a MongoDB. Let's create and let's start the MongoDB. Okay, so now if you just do docker ps, okay, you will find one container is running, that is Mongo container. Come to VS Code, open your Docker extension, right click on the Docker, Mongo, view logs, So you can see the logs. It is listener message listening on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is waiting for the connections, right?
Yeah.
Now, so my database is up and running. So you can just see here how much time it took to start a database, right? Same thing if you are going to do with the on the OS, then first you have to install the MongoDB in your system. Then you have to start the Mongo database, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we'll start the application server, that is Mongo Express. So for that, Docker run -d -p port number -e. So to connect with the Mongo database, we have to give the user ID and password. Okay, so same user ID and password we are going to give here. Then -net for my network, hyphen name for Mongo, is like for container name. Then for our MongoDB server, so we have to give the server name also. So that is MongoDB, right? So here also you can check it out. We have name is MongoDB, right? And that will be connected to Mongo Express. So at the last, we're going to give the image name, which image I'm going to use. So let's run this. Right? And now open your authentication succeeded. Can you see the message here?
Yes.
It means my two containers has been connected. Application is connected to database, right? Clear?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, so next we are going to have, so let's open the Mongo Express from the browser. Okay, so simply just open your local host on port number 8081. You'll find something like this. So my Mongo Express is running in the browser. Correct?
Yeah.
Now what we will do is we'll create a user account DB, then we'll create a user collection, and then we'll start our Node.js application, which is right now which we have in the app. Okay, so let's first create a database. So to create a database on the MongoDB, what I'm going to do is I will type a name here, click on create database. So my user account database is here. I will go inside it, type a name, collection name here is users, click on user, create collection. So now my collection has been created. Okay, now let's start the application, front-end application. So to start the front-end application, so we have the Node.js application, which is right now available in the app directory. So this is my app directory. Okay, so here this is a very simple Node.js front-end application. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will open a new terminal here. So I will open a new terminal, and in the new terminal, I will go inside the CD app, and then I will do npm I. Why I'm doing npm I? Because this is a Node.js package applications. So after that, I will just run npm start. Okay, some warnings will come. That's fine. Now app is listening on port number 3000. So let's open the local host 3000. Okay, so this is how my front-end application is also running.
Okay.
Okay, so basically the idea is to run your application on the local, like on the with the Docker. Okay, these are the manual steps you have to perform. Okay, so let me know once you are able to see the output on the browser, then we'll move on.
Yes, sir, I can see the output.
Okay, fine. So here, if you see, the major step which we did here is to start the container, like start the Mongo Express, also start the MongoDB, right? And then before that, you have to pull it out the images, then create a network, right? So with the Docker Compose, like right now only 2 containers are there. It looks very easy, right? Let's say if you have around 30-40 containers in your application, so you have to do manually one by one, right? That is a huge task, and every time you cannot do that. One time it's fine, but let's say you have to again every day you have to start the container, so that is not a feasible way to do it. So Docker Compose will remove these manual steps, and we will write a very simple file, very simple template. Whatever things we are doing here, we'll just write over there, and at the end we'll just run that file. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's stop these containers. Okay, let's remove everything. So uh, first stop your node application, so just put hyphen, sorry, control C here, docker stop dollar docker ps hyphen aq, so it will stop my running containers. Then I will just remove my containers, rm. Then I will remove the volume prune. Then I will remove docker network prune. Okay, so everything is now deleted. If you try to run this, it will not work. Okay, so it will give you the error. Mongo Express also will be giving you error, right? And here also on the nothing is running now right now. Okay, so now let's come back to the VS Code, and here we have the one major file, that is Docker Compose. Okay, so in the Docker Compose.yaml file, this is a configuration file. So basically I'm going to write the services here. Okay, so the very first part is services and the volumes. So in the services, the very first service is for MongoDB, the second service for Mongo Express. So in the MongoDB, I will write my database service. So image I'm going to use Mongo, port number, environment variables, user ID and password, volumes, where exactly my database will be stored. Then after that, Mongo Express. This is my backend code. So Mongo Express, image is Mongo Express I'm going to use, restart always, port number 8081, environment variables, user ID and password, and the database server. And after that, we are going to define the volumes. So volumes are Mongo data, driver is local. Driver is local meaning the database is local.
So Express is just a database browser, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, those 5 commands in the very first 5 command, we are just writing in the template. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, so here I just type one command. This is the command, docker compose -f docker compose.yaml up. So I will open a new terminal here. Okay, and here, so now you can see creating a network tech world JS, and then it is running the okay, and same thing. Now let's open the localhost 8081. Sorry, it will be running on 8080. Sorry. So now if you open the 8080, you will be able to find the same. Okay, without doing anything, it is just opening the localhost. So instead of running a single command, we have just run the one command which will call the YAML file. And now let's create a database MyDB. So you can create a database here. Just give the name and create database. Then go inside that. You can create the collections also, users, Simple, right?
Mhm.
After that, everything is same. You have to start, you can start the node server. Okay, so same, you can just perform. And to stop everything, you have to just type docker compose hyphen docker compose.yaml down. Okay, so up for starting the network, down is for stopping the network.
Okay.
Okay, now let's say if you want to automate, if you want to, let from step number 4 and 5. Okay, let's say you have written a front end code, but front end code also you want to run inside a container, right? So you want to containerize everything, right? Front end also, back end also, and database also, right? So for that, what you have to do is, because this is the code which you have written, right? Front end code is uh, the code which you have written. So first you have to create an image for that code. So how to create an image? So here, open your VS Code. One Docker file is there. Okay. So if you open the Docker file, you will find some 17, 18 line of code.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is how you can write a file. This is for Node.js specifically. Okay. So this is a very basic template which will help you to create an image for your code. So basically, it is first from meaning which platform or which language you are going to use. So right now we are going to use Node.js, right? My application is built on Node.js. So I will call Node 13. That is the Alpine image available in the on the Docker Hub. So I will call that. I will have that image first. Then on top of that, I will define the environment variable for my database. So database is admin and password, username and password. Then I will create a directory inside the container. So that is mkdir-p home and app. Then I will copy whatever code is available on this app folder to my container folder. So I will copy the complete code. Then I will set the working directory. So my working directory is the newly created directory. Then I will do the npm install. As you know, like whenever you want to run any Node.js application, the very first thing is you have to install the packages. So we'll do the npm install, and after that we'll run the server.js. That is our, this is the server.js. This is the entry point for the Node.js application. Okay, so to create an image, basically what you have to do is, let me check out if I have already that image. If I have, then I will remove that image and then I will do it again. So I think I have my app already. So let me just remove my app. Remove the ID. Okay. So now let's create the image now for my code. So to create image, you have to run docker build -t, your image name, then your version, and then dot. So let's open the terminal here. In the terminal, type this command, docker build -t my app 1.0. So this is how it will be running, and it will create an image. Okay, so my image has been created. Now, if you run the docker images, then you will find my app here. Okay, and if you want to run, if you want to create a container for this image, simply you can define in the docker compose file, or second thing you can do is docker run and your image name, that is my app. Sorry, I have to give the
version number also 1.0. Okay, so you can see app is listening on port number 3000. Okay, so if I open the browser now, so my app should be running. Okay, we have to do some port mapping. So yeah, that is why it is not running, but this is how you can do it. Okay, so the concept is similar, same.
Okay. Maybe we can try that out, creating image for our app.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you can try it out. And so this is how it works. This is the Docker and Docker Compose and the usage of Docker and Docker Compose. Same thing we are going to do with the network also. Okay, same kind of template. We're not going to create any build any image, but we are going to write the Docker Compose configurations. Okay, for our network also. Okay, so this is very important. All right. So yeah, that's it we have. And tomorrow we are going to start the very first thing, that is the test network of the Fabric. Okay, so let me give you the link. So I just want one thing, if you can, so from this link, just try to run this one step, because it is going to download some around 1.5 GB of data in your system, so it may take some time. Okay, so try to run these three. So first create a directory, Hyperledger, go inside that Hyperledger directory, and then run this curl command.
Okay.
Okay, so just be ready with this, and then we'll run the next commands, and we'll try to understand what is happening.
Okay.
Okay.
So then, have you added all these document links to the Trello card as well?
I just add this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it will be helpful for all to have that on one single.
Yes, yes, I will add this. Yeah.
And you mentioned in the last week that you may not be available on 28th, that is tomorrow. So is
Tomorrow,
that,
no, that plan was cancelled. Actually, I was about to go to one college for a tech talk, but that is cancelled now because of this COVID and all.
Okay.
So I will be available.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then.
Yes.
Yep.
Sure.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dale. Thanks for your time.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye for now. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.